Hey guys, what's up? This is another video coming at you from my garage. Today I'm going to show you my e-bike. Tell you a little backstory of this. So a long time ago I bought a Schwinn Focus, Phocus, from Amazon, and it was mainly because I needed a bike that could handle my weight, and everything I searched said that this Schwinn Focus bike would hold my weight no problem. So went and bought it. They shipped it to me. It was like $600. Got it home, tried it out for a while. It was fun, but really it had the ram handlebars on it, which were really uncomfortable, and the brakes were all the way out on the front of the ram handlebars. So it was kind of not really ergonomic for me. So I decided to hang it up in my garage, and it just sat there for a really long time. And one day I got a job that required me to commute all the way across the Puget Sound, which, if you don't know, requires a ferry ride. And the ferry ride is about $20 each way. So, and that's just in a car. But I'll get to that in a minute. So, ferry ride, $20 each way, about. And I had to commute to a little town called Linwood. So my first day on the job, I was talking to my neighbor, and my neighbor had brought up the fact that I could probably ride an electric bike to work since it's not very far away. He knew where I lived and had suggested that I look into it. So I did. And I went out and I bought, after doing a lot of research, I went out and I bought a Bafang, right down there, a Bafang BBSHD. And I planned on mounting it to the Schwinn Focus. But when I got it here, I found out that the throttle, which is over here on this handlebar, is a specific size, and it wouldn't actually fit a ram handlebar, which is a really big, bulky, wrapped handlebar. So I was kind of bummed, and I was in kind of a hurry to find something that would let me commute to work on a bike, because if I did a bike commute, it would only be $10 a day versus $40 a day, which is what I'm doing right now. So I went out on Facebook Marketplace. Well, first I went to a local bike shop and I started shopping for bikes there, but they were all like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, because it's a Specialized shop and they sell really nice brand new Specialized mountain bikes and street bikes. So I was talking to him, and I was looking at these beautiful bikes, and I thought, man, I'd feel really bad if I had to tear one apart just to put an electric motor on it. And I'm sitting here with this kit going, what am I going to do next? And so I'm talking to these guys, and they're trying to sell me a bike that's cheaper from the online website, order it in, and they would assemble it for me and everything. And I was almost there. It was only going to be, I think they said, about $1,200 for a nice hardtail, front shocks, mountain bike. I can't remember the brand or the model number, but it was a Specialized, because they're a Specialized shop. But anyways, as I'm standing around talking to these guys, telling them I'd feel really bad if I tore apart a brand new bike just to put a motor on it. And one of them had suggested that I go on to a little marketplace that everybody knows about on social media and look around. And so I did, and I only spent about a day looking, and I found this bike. But I also found another bike. That'll come in a later video. But so that day, I had set myself a reasonable goal. Since I was about to spend $1,200 on a brand new bike, I said, okay, maybe $500 for a used bike. So I looked around and I bartered with a few guys, and I found this. This is a Specialized Sirrus X2. They come in like 3 or 4 different models. Depending on what number you get more fancy gadgets and stuff and gizmos, and I don't know. Really beautiful bike. The guy I bought it from, he lived down in Gig Harbor. I'm forgetting his name, but shout out to you in Gig Harbor. I think your name was John. I can't remember. Anyways, Really appreciate the bike. This is a perfect bike to convert to electric. Everything fit on perfectly. It even had a nice little bottle holder mount for the battery. But anyways, so I converted this Sirrus X 2.0 to electric, and then I added a bunch of stuff to it. I got a rear rack back here so that I can put my laptop and stuff on that, and maybe my lunch, and got a nice cell phone holder. But you know, everybody's got to have a mirror, right? That's safety. Shout out to Johnny Nerd Out, another YouTube channel. I'll put the name up here. But he did an amazing job helping me pick out my next e-bike stuff, and as well as giving me advice for this e-bike. But I've watched pretty much every single video he has just for fun. In fact, you might notice he stands in front of his garage door talking about his e-bike build. Here I am standing in front of my garage door talking about my e-bike build. So anyways, this is a BBSHD with a 52 volt, 20 amp hour battery on it. Came with a cover. I bought the kit on Amazon, but I'm going to tell you what, support your local business. Go buy a motor from somebody that has a shop near you that sells motors if you can, or talk to Johnny Nerd Out. He can ship anywhere in the US, and it's a reasonable cost for shipping. Maybe I think I spent maybe $15. It might depend on what you order, but yeah, usually it's about $15 for just about anything to ship it. But I bought this rack from him, and he does sell this kryptonite lock, kryptonite Evolution 790. But yeah, so anyways, let's get into the bike build here. So it's a 8-speed Sirrus X 2.0. It didn't have a front derailleur on it, so it was really easy to change out. I also bought this Lekkie bling ring from him, so that I could get the chain line just right. So I'll bring you over to the bike now. So here's my handlebar setup. It's kind of messy, but I got this light kit here from him. It does a horn, and it has a horn and a light, and it also has brake lights and turn signals. You can see this right here is the turn signal. Pretty simple design. I accidentally leave it on all the time, but I bought this mirror from Johnny Nerd Out. I did not buy the kit from him, but there's the throttle. It's just the generic one that comes with the motor. This is the controls for the motor. Down here I have a bag that covers the battery, and this came with the kit. Real hard to take it off, which is good, right? So anyways, we'll just leave it halfway off there. You can see there's the battery. I'll turn it on. You gotta press this button here to turn it on. Press and hold. It turns on. This is the I think it's the C130 display. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, you can see on this trip, I've done 11.5 miles, but I think I've already put about 100 miles on this bike before doing this video. But the rack is beautiful. This Versa rack, it works perfectly on this bike. Everything is just fit together so great, except when I bought the kit, it didn't actually mount to this rack, so I had to fabricate something. I just grabbed a piece of sheet metal from my local hardware store that had some holes already drilled in it, and I kind of mounted it to it. It's a little loose. I can still move it a little bit, but it stays put when I'm driving. Down here you can see that's the bling ring, Lekkie bling ring, Lekkie. I got that from Johnny. This headlight is absolutely amazing, super bright. I ride at night all the time with this, and it's just amazing. But this Specialized came with hydraulic brakes, so I installed these little brake sensors. I just had to zip tie them on, I just zip tied them on. Oh, they came with sticky 3M double-sided tape. That's right, and it works great. I haven't had to replace these magnets yet, but I may end up gluing them on later. But It's got the Advent micro shift. I think it's a pretty good, decent setup. You can see there's the rear derailleur. I had a heck of a time with that. Johnny suggests that you get the shift sensor, which is oh, it's right over here. That's right. So when I originally installed this shift sensor, I ended up kinking the wire, which caused all kinds of weird shift problems. I took it to my local bike shop, and they gladly fixed that for me. They even restringed the whole shift cable, put a brand new one on for me because I had totally messed it up. But anyways, that's the bike. Stand back here again. Let's talk a little bit more about the bike here. So this bike is an 8-speed, like I said. It can go 30 miles an hour, but anybody watching my videos should know that that is illegal in Washington State, where I live. The max speed an electric bicycle can go is 20 miles an hour. The motor is 1,000 watts. Now that is 250 watts over the max speed. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is you can program these motors to be street legal, but it might take some convincing if you get pulled over for going too fast that you have programmed it to be street legal. So be very careful if you install one of these motors on your e-bikes or on your bike, to basically follow the law or don't get caught, one of the two. Anyways, I have more e-bike stuff coming out. This bike is totally capable of about 35 miles an hour with me on it, and I'm over 250. Well, I won't tell you my exact weight, but I'm a pretty heavy guy, as you can probably see. So anyways, that's it for this bike build. I will give you some videos later of me commuting to and from work. Not exactly to and from work, but we'll give you the middle part so you can see what it's like and see how it handles. This motor is whisper quiet compared to most motors. Hub motors are terrible. This is a mid-drive motor, just so you know. Hub motors are terrible for noise, but they're great if you don't want to shift. So they don't require you to shift gears or anything. They just give you power at the wheel. This is a mid-drive, so it requires you to kind of shift like it's a manual transmission. And one more last thing before I go here. I want to say that electric motors are the opposite of internal combustion engines. They like high RPMs. If you run an electric motor at high RPMs, it makes it work less. It makes it, the torque and everything kind of goes down, which is good, because you don't want to push the motor too hard. It'll last longer if you don't push it too hard. But I'll do a whole series on how to take care of your e-bikes and take care of your batteries and all of that good stuff. But for now, that's it. Maybe I'll throw in a little video of me zipping up and down the street. We'll see. But until then, thanks for watching.